Well, a very good morning and welcome to Port Macquarie Regional Stadium for Day 2 of the New South Wales Touch Football State Cup for 2022. James Preston and Carly Banks to bring you all the action here between the Manly Seagulls and the Hills Hornets in the Women's Open Division. And Carly, plenty of big names across both sides here.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one, James. We've got the Manly Seagulls, the Warringah Cup premiers, up against the Hills Hornets, the emerging young side, and they've had some really good battles in recent times. So it'll be really interesting to see how this one pans out.
So first use of the ball will be with the Hills Hornets, and they tap it off through Warringah Ellis. Now midway through the count. And hovering up through that middle passage. So Ellis easy to pick out with those yellow and black boots. Here she comes again. Nice ball there. There's a chance to tip it on quickly. Geez, they had numbers. And Manly had to slide very fast there to break the play down. So back to the middle they come now. Carpenter. Little Jimmy with a run. Ellis, great long ball. They keep the width there. Petey's looking for the corner. Can't quite find it. In fact, it's Pond, and Pond is corralled, and then the changeover is effected. So Manly now with a chance to work it away from their own end. So many big guns in this side. There's one of them right now, arguably the best women's winger in the world, Sammy Rogers. Wearing that number 9, and as always, Carly Banks, the white ribbon in the head. It's become iconic for Sammy Rogers.
Certainly has, and she is a class act.
It's the last play now for Manly as they keep driving. Here is Petey. Petey finds Clifford. It's almost looking like the New South Wales side, actually, this Manly team.
Yes, Sarah is one of the really great servants of the game, represented at every level. Manly, New South Wales, and Australia, and she's leading this Manly side around the park. And watch her to be a significant player in this game.
So Williams, nice straight drive there, picking up good meterage. Now Lamusu drops it off on the last. I think they'll get another set here. Yes, they will. Just a little bit of extra attention in that touch.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate there from Britt Clifford. She's a known sort of robust defender, and, I didn't see much wrong with that technique. And, but it's cost them a penalty, and let's see what Hills can do with the repeat.
Hornets with another chance here. Good pace on display, but a nice touch late there from Brittany Clifford. Back to that 7-metre mark they go. 2 minutes gone here at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium.
Yeah, Mackenzie Davis, look for her to be super prominent here. She's the heartbeat of this Hills Hornets attack, and I'd really like to see her to be a little bit more patient there. Like, she had a nice little crack early. Just take it easy. They still had touches up their sleeves, so a little bit more patience there from Mackenzie. And I'm sure that the coaching staff over in the box there, Dave Nolan and Mel Mitchell, will address that with her.
So here is Petey now finding Rogers, and of course, if you are just joining us for the first time so far in this tournament, each of these matches are 30 minutes in length. There is no halftime break. And the sides will change ends if a try is scored. And forward they go now, looking to do exactly that with Carruthers. Good meters on offer there. They pick it up and dart now, trying to isolate Lamusu. Did enough of that job, but just couldn't find the wing there of Sammy Rogers. Yeah,
it was definitely a great kick around there from Carruthers, and she was trying to give, a really nice strike there for Lucy McDonald, and just the pass wasn't as selective as it needed to be, but not a bad attacking foray from Manly to begin with.
Well, here's Williams again with a nice straight drive. She's been good in that aspect so far throughout the tournament, not just in this game. Up over halfway they come. Quick hands here, trying to continue things here through Regan. Dropped off now. Regan again. Stepping off the left foot. Very messy roll ball. They'll say play on for now, though. That pass has travelled forward for mine.
Yeah, you often see that like left to right, the underspinning ball. That's a Carly Banks no-no if you do any skills sessions with me. Just about cut their hands off for underspinning the footy, because that's exactly what happens. The trajectory, it's always going to go forward.
I might have to test my skills alongside of you and just see if I actually
I'm looking forward to that, James.
Mustard. You haven't seen anything from me yet.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Well, here they go, spreading it wide now with Nicholas. Nicholas, good pace about her play, but pulls up on the run and now comes back to Rochelle Davis.
Yeah, and this is a combination. Rochelle Davis right in there with Hannah Dybel. They've played a million games together growing up, and they've got an unbelievable combination. So expect those two to really weave their magic for Manly as this game progresses.
So Gerald's unable to reel that one in there. And a changeover now for the Hills Hornets. Work it away but only very slowly here from their line. They're struggling a little bit to get into the rhythm of things. In fact, there you go.
Yeah, and this is the intensity, and this is the way that Manly have built their domination, their dynasty for over a decade. They're working really hard. They work really hard in the midfield. They're really honest through there, and they give you no respite when you're trying to bring the ball out of your own end. And as a result, they get situations like this where they get the ball turned over in sort of really good field position.
Petey with a nice pickup. Now they drive hard at the line. Nicholas is caught, so back to that 7-metre mark she goes. Petey is the one with the hot hand here. Great spiral pass both directions. Promotes it here to Taylor Clifford. Jeros under pressure. Nice quick roll ball though as Petey wraps around. Petey looks to exploit a short side. Surely that's a touch pass.
So last night, I think really good refereeing there. The defender was never onside. The link made the touch. It's a Cindy play we called, where we sweep around on the link there, and they were offside. And the referee is playing great advantage there. And yeah, she let that go, that pass from Sarah. And unfortunately, the winger stepped out. So great refereeing in terms of playing the advantage there.
So Ellis turns it back on the inside, and Williams goes for a run. Been a tireless worker so far in this match. Driving straight and hard with each and every carry she has. Quick hands come out. That's a lovely ball there, but it might have been a little bit forward. Yeah, marginal, but the idea was right. So just trying to isolate the winger there for a little passage down the sideline, but it does mean now that Manly have very good field position. They're slowly winning that battle. Here is Jeros now, picking up a few handy metres as Brittany Clifford comes back in the action. Evades the touch of Williams. Quick roll ball as well. McGrath. And now to McDonald. McDonald hopping in at acting half, having a scoot herself. McDonald's got them worried, nearly got away from them. She was from acting half though, so there's the changeover.
Yeah, she's a very elusive player. Lucy McDonald was a squad member in this year's New South Wales Mixed Open and went close to making the team. She's a very promising young player.
So Lamusu drops it off, and Williams supplies wider still. They've opened them up here. Bit of room to move and plenty of pace. Now there's going to be a bit of an issue here for the Manly girls because the chaser went directly into the back of one of the referees. However, that's not on the ref. Going to make sure you avoid the officials. It's a long-range effort from the Hornets, probably against the run of play.
Yeah, most definitely. Is a really, really nice piece of play. A little late switch. The Manly girls probably were lulled into a bit of a man-on defensive situation there, and a nice little late switch. Inside the sort of middle third, and that's sort of something that's fairly rare. So it caught the Manly girls by surprise. Great tactic from the Hornets, and 1-0.
So the hillside up over Manly here as the two teams change hands. Good ball back on the inside from Dybel, but a wonderful saving touch there. Coming across, had to be made there from Sophie Williams. So back to that 7-metre mark they go with about 7.5 played so far at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium in this Women's Open Division. Davis and Dybel. The two Ds are the architects here. Dybel now out of acting half. Davis back to Dybel. They've got them on ice skates here. Now she just had to take and go herself, I feel.
They're getting the advantage there. I thought they had them wide. They had them at link. Hills were in a little bit of trouble with that little quarterback play between Shelley Davis and Hannah Dybel, and these two are really going to terrorise the Hills defence here in this set of 6, I'm feeling.
Dybel again looking for Davis, who gets to ground very quickly. No
touch,
and there is the try. So the Dybel and Davis combination reaps dividends.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen that, over many, many years. And those two girls are just class acts, and they always step up for their teams, whether it's at, Manly level for New South Wales or for Australia. They're a class act, the pair of them, and two of the real good role models in the sport of touch football.
So the Hornets now back with a chance to strike back as scores are now level at 1 try apiece. Just over 8.5 minutes played here at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium in the Women's Open Division. Hornets with Williams out of acting half, fires it back towards the middle here. Just slowing things down on this occasion with Mackenzie Davis. Now they'll look to launch an attack again with Davis back on the inside. And they've lost track of the count there. They thought they had one more up their sleeves with the quick strike dump.
Yeah, definitely.
So change over here for Manly. They can work it away from their own end. Ooh, tough pass to take there for Nicholas. Petey heads towards the sideline. Now Clifford and Jeros back into the action. Quick ball here to Rogers. Always with a nice roll ball is Sammy Rogers. A risky pass there, but it's going to allow them to keep progressing upfield.
Yeah, loving the way that Manly are recycling the football because Hills are turning up in numbers. Yeah, I would be a little bit, asking the question there too if I was Bella Jeros because, really didn't feel like the defender had made the 7 metres at all. But, full credit there to the Hills Hornets girls, though, because their ruck defence in that middle third has to be awesome. They're all turning up for each other because Manly are masters at recycling the footy in that middle third. So, hats off to the Hills girls.
Well, the Hornets are giving them a little run for their money here. There's been plenty of recycling so far in this set. Quick hands all over the place. They keep marching forward. Now, there is a touch just as the pass was being thrown. That's why it went spewing out.
Yeah, this is a really, frenetic game at the moment, James. Both teams are end-to-end. They're trying to get their set completions. And, the ruck defence has been willing and that's been a really, really good sign. They're both really honest teams that work hard. They're well-structured. This game is going to be a cracker.
So Davis gets it back here from Dybel. Dybel once more, looking dangerous, looking very threatening. Did they get back to 7? Oh, referee says yes, they did. That was touch and go, though.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of this through that middle third. And on day one, it was happening a fair bit that teams are looking to get value for that direct driving stuff. And often, the middles are finding it hard, to get back on side. So I think the players in general would like to see a little bit of advantage played at times there. If I'm Hannah Dybel, I'm thinking the exact same thing. But, we're not the ones with the whistle in our hands, James, so we'll go with the refs, huh?
So Davis rolls it here. Dybel, centre of the field. Two of them scheming, plotting, and trying to launch some sort of raid here, as always. Davis picks it up now. Dybel, great defence, though, jamming in from out wide. It was Caitlin Hickey.
Yeah, they're asking the question because there was some dropping there. Dybel and Davis felt that they were dropping a little bit earlier and they're asking the question. The quarterback play again, Shelley with the long ball, that's really, if we'd been running the line, that was going to be a try. But that's great coaching from the Manly box to recognise that it was on long after the quarterback they ran earlier.
Oh, Davis, what a ball, the little sinker pass just in behind the line. It's a beautifully supplied one. And it does result in Manly's second try. It was good defence on the previous play from Pond, but they could do nothing about that one.
Yeah, and that's just really, really good sequencing. They did everything right. Little quarterback play, got them in. The link stayed out, and a great link hole from Millie. And they're up 2-1.
It's about 12 minutes gone so far in this one. 18 on the clock here at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium for Game 1 of Day 2. And the Hornets, they stung first, but now Manly with back-to-back tries. Looking to really apply the pressure now. And they've got to keep with them here, the hillside. Lamusu. Back through the middle. No touch on that occasion, so all the way up to the 7-metre mark they come. Lamusu, nice quick delivery. The dive comes from distance. I think they've got across in time through Clifford.
No, it's a try.
In fact, no try there, so evaded the touch. It'd be great to have a little look here on our delayed coverage that we've got in the box here. Not quite a replay.
Yeah, no, Sarah Petey, the rule didn't get across in time. Mackenzie Davis did the rest, and she's a master at doing that already in her young career. How many times have we seen her score tries like that, James?
I've certainly lost count. There's been plenty of tournaments I've now called Mackenzie Davis and co. They've been doing a great job in this one as well for the Hills Hornets. Manly come back through the middle here. Quick hands once more. Recycling as always. Looking to supply that long bomb. It's a beautiful ball from right to left. Oh, what a pass that is from McDonald.
Yeah, fantastic. She's found a range loose. That's good to see after a few loose ones early on. That's a lovely little set piece off the tap, similar to the Canterbury tap move. They basically do that nice little sweeper, run around, pop it on the run, and then basically get themselves into a really, really good position to have numbers on a 4-on-3 platform. And then, people running great lines, people do that and hitting their holes, and anything can happen. And really, really well done from Manly.
So 3-2 now on the Port Macquarie Regional Stadium scoreboard, and a big shout out as well to Port Macquarie Hastings River Council getting behind this event and providing us with such a great venue here. As the Hornets look to get back into this one, onto level peggings, they're caught inside the 7, so back to that mark they go, and that really stifles momentum here on the last, and it means that's an easy pick off for that last play there for Manly. The roll ball comes. They look to work it away from their own end here. Jeros Nice little charging run. Rogers says, let's go straight ahead. And they continue marching upfield here with Carruthers. Rogers again, always looking for work up over halfway. She comes now. Davis into it. Yep. Dybel, quick hands. They've opened them up here. Oh, the big dummy. And a huge burst of pace from Durdovic. But she's just been caught in time.
Yeah, nice little fly play from the Manly girls. Using the ball really, really well. And, I see more trouble happening here with the 4-on-3 platform again.
Quick delivery from Dybel. She gets it back once more here. Dybel, quick hands. Numbers. This time there's not going to be any way to stop them. And Jessica Nagy goes in. 4 tries to 2. And Manly are now running hot. No, they've pulled it back. But they will get the penalty here, the Seagulls.
Refs, let the girls play. That was a wonderful piece of play. Nice little exit set into the fly. Move the ball one way and back on a 4-on-3 platform. Fantastic work from Manly. Deserved the try, James. She's offside.
Yep, this time I think this one will count.
No.
Unless Hornery's just got a foot behind in time. Apparently she has. But often you see when we do have an offside call there, they just let it play through and the try then stands. Not on this occasion, though. Dybel now in an acting half. Opens it up. Beautiful pass out to Davis. Yeah. Short ball. That's clockwork. Maiolo goes in. 4 tries to 2. It's now confirmed.
Yeah, fantastic play again. Shelley Davis take a bow. Fantastic work from everyone. And a great gap hit from Steph Maiolo. Again, a mainstay of this Manly team, for, close to a decade. She's one of the great Manly juniors who's come through and played at every single level as well. Doesn't often get a lot of the raps, but one of the really, really great women's players in our sport.
So more than halfway through this match now, about 14 minutes remaining. Lamusu for the Hornets. Comes centre of the field. And they supply now for Harborn. Harborn back here to Carpenter, who then promotes it to Lamusu. An option back through the middle is Carpenter. Good footwork, though. They get all the way through the line, but a touch just at the death. And, of course, from acting half, there is the changeover.
Yeah, they're looking for an offside call there, but Sarah Petey had made a distance and held her ground really well, didn't panic and made the touch and diffused the situation.
So Manly now working it away from their own end and towards that subs box. Their transitions have been super smooth to date. And there's another example of it. Nicholas picks it up nice and quickly, and full complement of players is out there in a flash. A little bit slow on that particular play, though. It's good inside-out pressure there from Nagy. In fact, that's Alani Pond coming back off the left foot and trying to open them up through the middle, but they've done enough there, the Hills Hornets. Good work from Lamusu in defence.
Yeah, look, the Hills Hornets girls are really hanging in this game and doing a really good job. Like, they played the first game of the tournament yesterday, James, and the improvement in them has been exponential. So full credit to their coaching staff down there and the girls themselves in terms of the quality of touch they're playing. And then the commentator's curse has to come out at exactly the right time.
If there's anyone that I've ever seen who is particularly gifted at supplying the commentator's curse, it is you, one Carly Banks.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Hills Hornets. I'm so sorry. Oh, that looked a bit marginal, didn't it?
It's only fair now that you put the mocker on Manly as Davis comes forward off the right foot. Nice little high five there in the middle of the field, actually, with Dybel and her opposition player. I haven't seen that too many times. Dybel now, another crack at them, puts it back on the inside. That is beautiful play from the 2 Ds, Dybel and Davis, who dives over.
Yeah, a little bit of a follow play there. I mean, the girls would have done that 1,000 times at training, and it's a play that Shelley used to run with her sister Danny, who, big shout out to her at home. I'm sure she's glued to the TV at home in Queensland, watching her beloved Manly go around after winning the Queensland State Cup last week for Uni Rebels and player of the final there for Danny. So yeah, she'd be cheering that on, and she spent a lot of time with Hannah and Shelley, sort of helping school them up in that play. So I'm sure she'd be cheering that one quietly at home.
We are expecting that Danny is tuning in, but no matter where you are watching from, let us know in the comments. Of course, this one going live across New South Wales Touch Football's Facebook page, and more than happy to have you telling us exactly where you are watching it from. Ooh, awkward collision there. Could have been bad, but fortunately nobody has come out of that one worse for wear. And Danny Davis, there she is. Someone stop Hannah Dybel and Shelley Davis with a bunch of love hearts. So good on you, Danny, tuning in from Sunshine State as the ball is popped over the top and then well forward on that occasion. So changeover here in favour of the Hornets with 11 minutes on the clock. They're not out of this one yet. Plenty of time if they are good enough, but Manly will get used to the ball here, all floating past. They put Clifford under plenty of pressure.
Yeah, fantastic defence from the Hills Hornets winger Jade Pond, who's one of the really good women's wingers who's emerging in the game at the moment. Fantastic defence there from her, and she's been consistent all tournament.
So the quick wrap around, and now supplying the ball back to the middle once more, this recycling effect that Carly Banks is talking about, and they scoot off here through McDonald. McDonald now floats a bomb out. Great cover defence, though, from, I believe that's Sophie Williams out there, who's done a great job so far on her wing as well. Quick hand supply now. Regan. The dummy comes, and an extra 5 or 10 metres is picked up. Oh, nearly a bit of miscommunication there, but they'll unleash a run down the sideline here. So better stuff from the Hornets.
Yep.
As Williams comes into the effect as well. Quick roll ball, Lamusu, middle of the field. Nice strike dumb too. Can they launch something here through Harborne? No. Well watched in defence there from Carruthers. So they're certainly asking questions at the moment, the Hornets, but Seagulls have got all the answers in defence.
Yeah, they do. But, you know, the Hills Hornets girls can, like, this style that they're playing is actually, you know, they're on the money. They're just coming up against one of, you know, the real powerhouses of women's touch. But they're holding their own out here in this midfield, and they're working as hard as they can to give themselves every opportunity. Sammy Rogers, nice little piece of play. Picked up. This is a great piece of play.
Quick hands, here we go. Diable, and they keep promoting the footy. They're off here for the prize. Nagy for the corner, turns it back on the inside. This will be superb if it comes off from this point. Now back to the middle with Davis. Still alive here for Manly. Gets the quick strike dump. Diable off the left foot. Quick hand, still a supply there, but they've done a great job with the cover defence. One more play to go. Can they survive? Diable, they went for the flick pass. That would have been 3 of some of the best plays you've seen so far all tournament.
Viewers at home, you are having an absolute treat of a game here, aren't you? Like these Manly girls are turning it on. Like their hands are fantastic, and the recycling and the understanding that they've put together, because they sort of went through a little bit of a lull for them, if you can say it. I mean, their standard has been so high over the last decade, but they've come back in this tournament and all this season winning the Vorden Cup again. But it's the style that they're playing that's really, really exciting to me, because they're actually like using the footy again, and everyone's turning up for each other, and you know, it's just a pleasure to watch this style of touch.
Lamusu went for the all-or-nothing play out of acting half, so the changeover is on here for Manly as Brittany Clifford comes back into the action. Picks up about 10 metres. Quick hands there. Petey once more promotes the ball. They've worked an opportunity down the sideline now. They'll turn it back in here for Petey. Last play. Clifford into the action. Here she comes now off the left foot. And another big bomb over the top. Was on there too for Nagy.
Yeah, idea was right from Britt Clifford, just the execution off. But, you know, if I'm in that Manly coaching box, I'm pretty excited with the way they're playing and the way that they're choosing the correct options. If your execution's a little bit out at this point in the tournament, you're not, like, losing too much sleep over it. It's if they're taking the right options, and they're doing that more often than not, James.
Williams, another good drive from her. Had a little bit of time on the sidelines, but she's back into the action now. Once more, the all-or-nothing play here from the Hornets. They've got a release out of acting half on the last. Either way you look at it, that's a changeover.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for these Hills Hornets girls, because they're not playing badly, but the problem is they're a little bit sideways with, you know, their plays. I'd like to see them a little bit more direct at the back end of the sets, and then they could probably ask a few more questions of that Manly middle defence.
Maiolo, easy metres on offer here, picks up about 20. Rogers continues the momentum. Once more, they've got them backpedaling. They'll pick it up and have another crack at them here into the in-goal. Rogers keeps the width, and then, a very little ballerina-like put down at the end there as well from Sammy.
Yeah, and a really nice piece of play from Bella Giros. She's, Manly junior who's come through. She's been there, since she's been a very little girl, and I know her very well. And I used to travel down from Newcastle to do skill sessions with Bella when she was, about 12 and 13 years old. And her dream was to actually play in this Premier League team. She's not only done that, she's gone on and represented New South Wales and Australia as well. So great to see this young girl, having her time, in the sun, because she's worked very hard for this.
Yeah, a lot of success at a very young age for Bella Geros, of course, also winning the Inferno NTL with the Sydney Scorpions a little early this year, so she's already just about done it all.
Yeah.
Next thing for her to tick off will be a World Cup. When do we have the next World Cup happening?
Pretty soon, James. We're sort of all like working towards next year in terms of getting that all sort of sorted. But it'll be interesting to see a number of these young players in our youth system coming through. And here comes Shelley Davis on the march again.
Quick ball here, and now it's really on for the Manly Seagulls. They step back off the left there when there might have been an opportunity further out wide, but Dybel is in the middle. She'll be the one to watch. I mean, everywhere you go, there's someone that you need to keep close tabs on. Dybel still looming as an option, but a little bit too deep on that occasion to link up with.
Yeah, I think that option probably wasn't the best one. Better when they've got the footy in their hands and they're live. But no one's perfect. They've been pretty damn sort of perfect in this game. So we'll excuse them that poor option there, James.
So towards the subs box they come here, the Hornets, with fresh players onto the field. Not a bad transition, although they didn't even see the supporting run, so that really slowed things. Ellis now picks up the pace once more. Ava Jones, good little charging run. Ellis off the right foot. Dybel held a line, though, and picked her off nicely.
Yeah, she is close to the most complete player in the game, Hannah Dybel. Whether it's attack or defence, either end of the field, she's just a class act in every single thing that she does.
And there she is, distributing there for Clifford before hopping to the sideline. Once more, very smooth transition as Taylor Clifford comes into the action. Petey drops it down. Brittany Clifford now. Clifford, trying to get the pass away now. I'm sure she's going to suggest that was
I think it's an injury there.
Well, it's right into the breadbasket. I think she might be a bit winded. Let's just have another look here if we can.
Hand.
Could even be the wrist, actually.
Yeah, it's a hand. The ball got thrown into her, and hopefully she's okay. She's over there with in the sub box. So we'll keep an eye on that one, James.
Ava Jones, who's got the problem. So as you mentioned, Kelly Banks. Any updates we find, we'll be providing them to you. As the Hornets come forward once more here. Good little run from Regan, who picks up 15 or so metres. Regan back through the middle. Well read once more, though, from Zara Nicholas. Just every single Manly player doing their job and doing it well.
Yeah, against a lesser side, Mackenzie Davis would have found a little bit of space in there, and they could have created something really well. But you're up against the best women's team that there is in the sport, and it's a pleasure to watch these guys play. They're looking again for the fly. The fly has absolutely killed the Hills Hornets in this game, and the shape is there, and the Hills Hornets will probably look back on this game and realise if they run into Manly later in the comp, they've really got to address that particular play because it has cut them to ribbons in this game.
Gracie Carpenter made a very important play there, knocking the ball down, but now Manly do have a full set to work with, close to the line with 3.5 to play here in game 1 of day 2. A nice big dive, but I think they've stopped her in time. No! So no touch coming across there. That'll be interesting to see again. Couldn't have been much more than a few millimetres in it, really.
Yeah, wonderful piece of play. Mary Carruthers, I believe, there. That lovely little piece of play, and definitely deserved a touchdown. It's been one of the unsung heroes here for Manly. Done her work really, really well. Bobbed up, to score the try, but has had a really industrious game for him.
It's a 7-2 now. And they've looked very strong the entire match, Manly, but take nothing away from the Hills Hornets, as you've mentioned, Carly Banks. They've actually played quite well. It's just Manly been close to perfect.
Yep, and they're not done with yet. It'd be really good to see, the Hills Hornets girls, get a try here before full time, and get a little bit of confidence going into the next game. Because sometimes, even when you have a loss like this, it's not as bad as the scoreline would sort of indicate. It's the way that you compete.
Davis, quick hands, trying to find the run there of McCurley.
And today is moving day, as we know, James, with the tournament. So it's just getting yourself into the position, knowing you're coming into finals day tomorrow. You just want to be in and around and in contention. And the Hills Hornets girls are still well in contention in this competition.
Now, of course, you don't want to miss a moment of the action tomorrow for Budgie Smuggler Finals Day. It's all going to be happening right here at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium with less than 2 minutes to go, though. Manly are in the ascendancy for this game. A quick roll ball. In fact, no, they feigned the touch initially. Now it's on here for Manly, looking to supply that long pass, but it's well forward and off the mark. Yeah,
a bit of a tough one for Steph Miolo left to right. And generally, a lot of the players are right-handed, and particularly in the women's game, they've got to work a lot harder being able to throw left to right. So, a little bit of practice in that area, no matter who you are, it's always good for you. Being able to develop dexterity, left-handed, right-handed. Young players out there, if you're watching, definitely work on your passing game so that you're an asset both sides of the field.
This is a much better set here from the Hornets, one of the best so far that we've seen as Williams drives forward. Ellis picks it up, and now Jones chiming into the attack. It's been smooth every single play. Ellis off the left foot. Now they have the wrap around. Jones once more. Ellis switches the emphasis. Quick ball here. Oh, good pressure coming in off the wing, though. Well read from Maddie McGrath.
And very astutely read there, James. Like, they did a really, really good job, and they were a lot more direct on that set. So there's something in that for the Hills Hornets girls going forward for the rest of this tournament.
I'm sure their coaching staff will be in the ears directly after full time, which isn't too far away. 30 seconds on the clock as Manly continue to promote the footy. Lovely little draw and pass on that occasion. Jeros out of acting half straightens things up here with Lucy McDonald. And McDonald, the touch had already incurred there.
Yeah, and it's really good to see, as I said, like Manly playing the way that they are. I mean, they've got their coach down there, Christian Brown, and Sam Brisby, one of the great, young players whose career unfortunately was cut short due to injury at international level. But, he's really established himself in the coaching ranks, and you can see Briz's influence on this side. And, it's a really exciting phase that Manly are sort of entering into now. And what a great win, James, 7-2 to the Manly Sea Eagles.
Yeah, very dominant indeed for Manly. 7-2 here at full time at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium. But don't you go too far, because more action is coming your way in about 5 minutes' time. We move to East Roosters and the Sydney Uni Stingers for the men's seniors over 30s right here on New South Wales Touch Football Facebook.